press conference started on that tone, essentially saying that Pakistan had attempted to violate Indian airspace using high-speed missiles, long-range weapons, drones, and other munitions to target sensitive Indian military installations in multiple cities. The Indian authorities also pointed out that they had successfully managed to thwart those advances, but they also said that there had been limited damage reported at some of its military installations. They also followed up what they said with pictures that they broadcast during that press conference with timestamps to suggest that these pictures were latest pictures, and they wanted to impress upon the fact that business was as usual when it came to these sensitive air bases and other military installations. They also accused Pakistan of continuing to resort to heavy ceasefire violations along the de facto border dividing Indian and Pakistani-administered Kashmir that we call the line of control, which is recognized internationally. They said that they resorted to heavy shelling, which also was targeting some civilian areas, especially in a forward town called Rajouri in the Indian-administered Kashmir region. In that, they said one senior Indian government official had lost his life. What the Indian side also impressed upon in that press conference, accusing Pakistan of not just targeting military installations in India, but also attempting to target civilian areas and civilian infrastructure. They repeated that multiple times in that press conference as they communicated it to the media, that this was absolutely unacceptable, and accused Pakistan of resorting to these kind of means. They also confirmed that because of the targeting of civilian infrastructure, civilians had also sustained significant injuries as well. The situation at the moment remains calm. Both countries accusing each other of missile attacks, both countries accusing each other of adopting escalatory methods.
Yeah, and meanwhile, we're seeing increasing calls for de-escalation from the US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who's offered to be a bridge between the two countries as well, and China as well. So the international community is sensing some urgency here.
Absolutely, because look, Samantha, we're entering into uncharted territory in many ways. This is a new phase of the escalation of the situation between India and Pakistan, when both countries start accusing each other of missile strikes. So far, we've been talking about drones, we've been talking about artillery fire along the de facto border between Indian and Pakistani-administered Kashmir. But as soon as you bring in issues like missiles being fired at each other, two nuclear-armed neighbors, well, that certainly is a big cause for concern and to draw international attention. What we do know at the moment is the Secretary of State in the US, Mr. Marco Rubio, has had conversations with both sides. What I can tell you about the conversation with Mr. S. Jaishankar, who happens to be the Indian foreign minister, he said that, look, both sides need to sit together and find ways to de-escalate, find methods to de-escalate the situation at the earliest. He also said the US was willing to play a proactive role in facilitating these kind of meetings.